Greetings, all! Today, we'll be examining the rare normal fighting-type Pokemon Stufful, the Flailing Pokémon, and its exceptionally rare evolution Bewear, the Strong Arm Pokémon. While they might look cute and cuddly and fun to play with, the members of the Stufful family are potent beasts that can readily crush anything that tries to get too touchy with them.
Stufful have bright pink bodies with white stripes across the breadth of their torso, their legs being brown in color with only a single digit each, and a pink pad on the underside of each of their feet. They have a bob tail with a dark pink band across it, black eyes, a small black nose, and large white ears, further having a tag-like organ on their posterior end. The evolved form, Bewear, have a similar head form, but their bodies are a dark brown color, with 4 pink paw pads on their upper limbs and 3 stubby white nails on their feet. They have a larger tail now, and they tend to look blankly at others, their white snout and black eyes staring at others in their tall bipedal stance.
Although Stufful and Bewear might resemble stuffed animals to some, they are very dangerous to go near and should be avoided if possible. By appearances alone, these creatures look completely and utterly harmless to most. In all seriousness though, they are anything but, and hide incredible physical strength beneath their soft fur.
The muscles of these beasts are packed incredibly densely, almost to the point of causing them pain, and they grant these animals strength that seems impossible for their size, with Stufful alone being able to send a professional wrestler sprawling into the air and split large trees in half with a single flail of their small limbs. Their strength is dwarfed, however, by the immense and devastating power possessed by the evolved form Bewear. Bewear can swing their arms with the might of a wrecking ball, snapping trees in two with a single careless swing. This power is only made more terrifying by the fact that these creatures exert almost no effort at all in their attacks, instead simply flailing their limbs around wildly and snapping anything and everything that gets in their way. This power may be the evolutionary result of predators not taking them as a serious threat from appearance alone, but this idea makes little sense when one considers the fact that Bewear do not possess any natural predators at all, nor does it seem that they ever did. As a result, their incredible strength might just be the consequence of natural increase in power in evolution from their already incredibly strong pre-evolved form.
Regardless, this allows these creatures to deliver devastating physical blows in battle that would make a martial arts specialist jealous, and dominate the competition from sheer power alone, which is only made more intimidating by the fact that they have an unusually high base HP stat and can therefore take a great deal of punishment before fainting in battle.
Thankfully, these creatures are relatively intelligent and follow commands readily when battling alongside a trainer that they trust, so at the very least their immense power can be put forth in battle with little consequence of direct backlash. The seemingly carefree nature of these beasts and their power, as well as their soft fur, are duly reflected in the possession of the Klutz and Fluffy abilities as base abilities, and while Stufful that are able to readily make themselves a sight to see can also have Cute Charm as a hidden ability, their evolved form can instead use their adorable form to actually intimidate others with their blank stare, providing them Unnerve instead as a hidden ability. In looking at their stats, it can be said that, like a lot of mammalian Pokemon of their type, Bewear are not gifted in the way of special attributes or agility, so their base special attack, special defense, and speed stats are all below average for a fully evolved normal and fighting type Pokemon. However, they do have decent physical bulk to them and can hit both hard with physical attacks and take quite a bit of punishment in return, so the base defense stat is above average for a fully evolved normal type Pokemon, and the base HP and attack stats are above average for a fully evolved Pokemon of both of their types, making for a physical monster that can prove to be a handful to take down in many cases. It is unknown why Stufful resembles something as attractive and cute as a plushie if they have the power they have to fight off predators, but it seems that there may be a bit of a psychological issue at hand with this behavior. Because their soft fur is highly valued among collectors, these creatures are often hunted by people and wild Pokemon alike, as predators have been known to devour them and strip them of their coat just so they can sleep on it for the sake of comfort, with humans not being much better in the processing of said fur. In possible response to this, these rare beasts have seemingly developed their immense strength over time, becoming the monstrous critters they are today.
The presence of humans has not helped the case much either, as while the numbers were assumed to be stable at one point, overhunting by humans has reduced their numbers greatly, now making them very rare to find.
That may be for the best though, as these mammals do not take kindly to strangers in general and will fling away any and all that come near them if they feel that they are in danger, especially if they attempt to touch the small external organ on the rear that resembles the tag of a stuffed animal, which releases an odor that Stufful use to communicate over long distances. Not surprisingly, their negative association with humans makes these beasts very much hateful of being near people, the most hate being isolated to the act of hugging. Their fur of these creatures is incredibly dense yet soft, and grants them the potential to possess the unique fluffy ability as previously stated, which halves all damage from attacks that make direct contact, but leaves them doubly vulnerable to damage from fire-type attacks, and is only shared normally with the members of the Wooloo family. Because of this cult though, many humans have an insatiable urge to hug Stufful, and that is something that Stufful do not approve of in the slightest. If they are squeezed tightly by any life form, they will squirm, thrash about, and flail their limbs to try and throw off their assaulter, which is really ever a good experience for all involved, as most of the time, their assailants are women and children that are enthralled by their adorable appearance. Despite this, they are still quite popular among this demographic, and it is not uncommon to see many hospital visits from humans in the area Stufful are found in relation to an attempt to acquire one for enjoyment. The only thing that will keep a Stufful from going completely berserk from someone touching it is if they are well acquainted with the individual and trust them, though even then, only light hugs are safe to engage in. Unfortunately for trainers that do manage to get a hold of a Bewear, even if they might not be in danger from an aggressive standpoint, they tend to be an even more serious problem from an affection standpoint. Unlike Stufful, these fluffy beasts do not mind being hugged, and in fact, will often hug their friends and allies when they are feeling really good or excited and know they can trust someone as a friend. The problem with this is that Bewear by nature do not know how to control their full power, and as a result their hugs tend to snap and crush the spines of their friends and allies, oftentimes resulting in their untimely death. While this makes the bind attack they learn immediately after evolving incredibly powerful, it equally makes them inherently dangerous to try and form a bond with.
This often saddens these beasts so much that they will leave a trainer and or their Pokemon and run away afterwards, going on a rampage that can level an entire forest before they can be pacified.
Even approaching them while they are in a good mood must be done cautiously, as even if they don't try and hug others, their joyfully flailing limbs can crush others in a single blow, making for a swift and violent end. Furthermore, even if they don't deal fatal damage, they will often take subdued friends back to their nests, tucked under their arms, to care for them against their own will for some time. Thankfully, these intelligent beasts can be reasoned with and trained to hold back much of their power when engaging in acts of affection, allowing for a soft, snuggly hug that can be incredibly calming and relaxing to take part in, though they still might lose control if they are suddenly startled. An encounter with one in the wild is still a huge risk though, and while it can potentially be made safe as long as one does not try to engage them in a threatening manner, it is still advised that one runs far away if they spot one and it starts to wave its hands wildly, as this is a gesture of intimidation and a warning to leave immediately, lest one suffer horrific consequences at their hands.
Though they might look like they could be a great deal of fun to play with, the members of the Stufful family are violent creatures that will smash and crush you with little effort if you get too close to them without permission. They might not look intimidating from afar, but they can still more than show their might when push comes to shove.
Just do yourself a favor and practice a bit of distancing with them if you don't know how much they trust you. Otherwise, you may risk going up to get a hug and end up leaving the encounter without an intact spine, or perhaps even worse.
Thank you all for watching this video. It is always a pleasure to help teach others about the world of Pokemon and the many facets of it that exist in both the world we call home and the world they call home. If you'd like, please leave a comment and subscribe and ring the bell to this channel to get regular updates on content and anything else that might be going on. You can find me and my written work on DeviantArt under the name Utitus, and be informed of information and content uploads on my Twitter page and my Patreon page. Donations are always welcome. Always remember, the world of Pokemon is a vast and varied place, and there's no telling what secrets might be hiding just around the corner. So keep watch, stay vigilant, and always prepare for the unexpected. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.